for giving Boong your time. And हम लोग अभी एक ऐसी जगह पे हैं which is supposed to be very very intimate क्योंकि एक साथ 300 लोग बैठे होते हैं, but the beauty of being in a cinema hall is that it's you and the film. And I was sitting outside with the team that has made this possible, and it was so nice because कुछ लोगों के चेहरे पे emotions दिखे, कुछ लोगों के चेहरे पे एक मासूमियत दिखी after watching a film like that. So I see a few of my old friends, some of my oldest friends here. So let me just actually pass on a mic. If someone wants to just tell me what you felt pretty much immediately after experiencing Boom on screen. Renuka, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. And I would like to say it was very transportive, very tender, and there was grief, but not at any point I felt misery. It was very uplifting and beautifully done. Lovely.
Usually हम लोग जब अब थिएटर्स में आते हैं जिस देश में हम रह रहे हैं, we end up seeing a lot of these blockbusters. Was it a very different experience from what you're conditioned to come to a theater to?
It is a very intimate film. At
Right.
the same time, it deserves a theatrical watch.
Right.
A lot of people saw it at a film festival or maybe a screener, but it really deserves a theatrical watch because it is so intimate and beautifully told. There's so much thought, even when there are these pauses and there are no words. So a lot of unspoken feelings. Lovely.
All right. और बहुत सारे लोग हैं there. You got the most amazing response. See, this is beautiful, right? क्योंकि usually हम जब ऐसे किसी event पे आते हैं and we are talking about a film, तो बहुत ही एक usual pattern होता है. But this is what. Yes, I'm going to give the mic to everyone so that our director can also get to hear from you guys how you felt. Yes, ma'am. आपका नाम?
मेरा नाम रेखा खान है, मैं नवभारत टाइम से हूँ, सबको
जी।
मेरा नमस्ते। मुझे फ़िल्म ने बहुत ही मतलब बहुत मेरे दिल को छुआ। फ़िल्म के बारे में मैंने बहुत सुना था और मैं बता दूँ आज मेरा रोज़ा है, लेकिन उसके बावजूद मुझे लगा कि एक अच्छी फ़िल्म को देखना, उसको समझना, उसके बारे में लिखना और उसे मतलब अपने पेपर या अपने ज़रिए लोगों तक पहुँचाना बहुत ज़रूरी है। जितना मैंने फ़िल्म के बारे में सुना था, मुझे फ़िल्म उससे ज़्यादा पसंद आई है। और मुझे लगता है कि पोस्ट कोविड ये एक बहुत ही जो एक हम वर्ल्ड सिनेमा या जो एक हम रीजनल सिनेमा या जो हम एक ज़मीन से जुड़ी हुई कहानियाँ कहीं पर वो एक हम एक ऐसे सिनेमा में एक बहुत लंबे समय से जी रहे थे जो बहुत ही लार्जर देन लाइफ था। एट द सेम टाइम कभी कभी वो सुपरफिशियल भी हो जाता था, लेकिन ये कहानी बहुत ही ह्यूमन है, एट द सेम टाइम ज़मीन से जुड़ी है और इसमें इतनी परतें हैं, इतनी लेयर्ड है कि मतलब एक ह्यूमन इमोशन के साथ साथ में जो वहाँ का एक इंटरनल जो एक कॉन्फ्लिक्ट है, जो एक भेद है, जो एक आउटसाइडर है, वो भी कहीं ना कहीं मतलब कहीं वो बहुत ज़्यादा शोर नहीं करता है। ऐसा नहीं है कि कहीं उसको बहुत चिल्ला चिल्ला के बताया गया है, लेकिन वो भी आपको बहुत अंडर करंट फील होता है। और जैसे कि एक ह्यूमन एंगल है, एक जो पिता पुत्र है, जो एक बाप बेटे की है, एक जो मॉम का है, वो तो बहुत ही मतलब बहुत ही कमाल का है। तो मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई है यहाँ आके।
Wow. Wow. So heartfelt. सच में ऐसा लग रहा है कि आपने दिल से एक बात बोली है। और दो लोग और हैं जिन्होंने अपना हाथ ऊपर किया था। Yes, कौन था? Someone. Can we just pass the mic on to the lady there, please? हाँ, उसके बाद मैं आपके पास आ जाता हूँ।
हाय, मैंने नेशनल फिल्म अवार्ड्स और इफ़ी गोवा की ज्यूरी रह चुकी हूँ, तो मुझे मालूम है इंटरनेशनल सेक्शन में किस किस तरीके की फ़िल्म आती हैं और हमारे देश में स्पेशली ईस्ट जोन में जब मैं ज्यूरी थी तो इतनी सुंदर फिल्म्स मैंने देखी हैं। तो जब ये फ़िल्म बूंग मैं देखती हूँ तब मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इंटरनेशनल जस्ट सेकंड सर जस्ट 2 मिनट्स ना, थैंक यू। सो जब आप इंटरनेशनल लेवल पर जाते हैं और फिल्में देखते हैं तो इंटरनेशनली भी क्यों कोई फिल्म आपको क्यों पसंद आनी चाहिए या किस तरीके से फिल्मों को चूज़ किया जाता है, शायद थोड़ा बहुत 0.5% मैं समझी हूँ। तो मुझे उसमें ऐसा लगा कि आप जिस तरीके से देश को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं बाहर के दुनिया में वो बहुत सुंदर है, वो एक इमोशन है। और मुझे वो जो लेडी है उसका जो फेमिनिन टच था और जो स्ट्रेंथ थी कि अपने हस्बैंड के फोटो पर से हार हटा देना और फिर उसको लेके आना, वो जो स्ट्रेंथ थी उस लेडी की, दोनों की जो दोस्ती थी बच्चों की, राजू की और बूंग की, वो बहुत सुंदर थी। आई थिंक इसमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें ऐसी थी जो इंटरनेशनली लोगों को इमोशनली कनेक्ट करती है। मणिपुर जैसी जगह से मेरे देश का एक पार्ट है, थोड़ा सा दुख होता है उस जगह को देखकर। आज लेकिन ये देखकर एक मुस्कुराहट भी आती है कि हम इतने सुंदर प्रदेश में हैं और वो हमारे देश का हिस्सा है। तो मुझे लगता है मैं बहुत ज़्यादा इम्प्रेस हुई इस फ़िल्म को देखकर। थैंक यू।
Thank you, thank you. Anyone else? Just one last. Yes, yes, sir.
अमित हूँ मैं दैनिक भास्कर से और वाकई काफ़ी दिनों के बाद एक होती है ना कंप्लीट फिल्म, वो इस तरह की मतलब फीलिंग मिली है। और जैसा असगर फरहादी अपनी फिल्मों के साथ करते हैं, वो जो फैमिली को और जो इमोशन को टच करते हैं जिस तरीके से, वो मुझे लगी है कि यार वाकई इंडिया की ओर से एक तबीयत से और पूरी तसल्ली से बनी हुई फिल्म है ये। और मतलब पूरी टीम को मैं शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगा और ऐसी ही फिल्म और भी वो लाते रहें। थैंक यू।
आपने एक बहुत बहुत बड़े आदमी का नाम लिया और यूजुअली मेरा ये मानना है कि डायरेक्टर्स जो हैं वो सबसे ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंट होते हैं, क्योंकि एक पूरे सेट को, एक पूरे यूनिट को संभालना, उसके लिए एक अलग लेवल का कॉन्फिडेंस चाहिए। लेकिन जब फिल्म ऑडियंस की हो जाती है तो वो भी नर्वस हो जाते हैं। सो लेट्स जस्ट स्टार्ट विद समथिंग जो शायद आप लोगों को पता है, नहीं पता है। किसी भी फिल्म का सफ़र जो है, आजकल जैसे हम देखते हैं बड़ी बड़ी फिल्में, फिल्म की अनाउंसमेंट हुई, उसके बाद आप उसके बारे में पढ़ना स्टार्ट करते हैं, 2 साल के अंदर द फिल्म इज आउट। करेक्ट मी इफ आई एम रॉन्ग, 2018 2018 में इसकी शुरुआत हुई थी। 2018 में जिस कहानी को लिखा गया, उसको बनते 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 2025 7 साल लगे। It's gone to the Toronto International Film Festival, a lot of global film festivals, and then finally, इसके बारे में शायद आप लोग तो मुझसे कई ज़्यादा समझदार हैं, आप लोग जर्नलिस्ट हैं, the BAFTAs. And BAFTAs मेरे लिए एक बहुत ही प्रेस्टिजियस अवार्ड है, क्योंकि जो चीज़ें वहाँ नॉमिनेट होती हैं उनको देखने के बाद ऐसा लगता है कि yes, they're definitely something जो आप देखना चाहते हैं. So ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you so much for giving your time to Boong. मैं बुलाना चाहूँगा उस टीम को जिन्होंने इसे मुकम्मल किया है. She is on the phone right now, but let's call on the writer and director of this beautiful, beautiful masterpiece, Lakshmipriya Devi. Right. Next, I'd like to invite one of our producers who's also here with us. And इनसे बहुत सारे सवाल होंगे जो मैं पूछना चाहूँगा. शुजात सौदागर of Chalkboard Entertainment. Big round of applause. And इनको तो आप मिल चुके हैं बाहर. He's very nervous. Now he's saying he's not. He's an actor, right? Of course. Please put your hands together for Gugun. Gugun Kipgen.
He's taller than me, and also he is ready to act in Boom Loves Juliana. I'm very loud, as you can see. So is it okay if I don't use the mic?
That's because they're all shooting, filming this entire. Please take a seat. Okay, wow. अब इससे पहले कि हम इस दोपहर को आगे बढ़ाएं, I just want to also take a second and thank a few other people who are not present here, but it takes an entire team, an entire army to get a film out. So, two trailblazers, I love them. Ritesh Sidhwani and Farhan Akhtar of Excel Entertainment. Alan McAlex of Suitable Pictures. Shujat is here with us, but also Vikesh Bhutani, who was here, but he had to leave for some pressing matters. So, thank you to all of them. Right, LP, री-रिलीज सितंबर के बाद फिर से अब दुनिया जो है इसको देखने वाली है. कुछ लोग ऑलरेडी देख चुके हैं, लेकिन बीच में एक बैफ्टा नाम की चीज़ भी आई है किसी भी फिल्म मेकर के लिए. और मैं आपके काम को जानता हूँ, हम बात कर रहे थे. प्लीज़ डू गो ऑन टू IMDb एंड जस्ट चेक आउट हर फिल्मोग्राफी, क्योंकि बहुत ऐसी फिल्में हैं जिन पे इन्होंने काम किया है, पूरे यूनिट को संभाला है, सबको बताया कि उन्हें क्या करना है. तलाश, पीके, ऑल दोज बिग फिल्म्स. लेकिन किसी भी फिल्म मेकर के लिए एक सवाल होता है कि मैं कौन सी फिल्म देखना चाहती हूँ. एंड यू हैव दिस स्टोरी, सो व्हाई बूम?
It was like my story. It's a sum total of, I think, everything I had kind of experienced in my life. And I never thought I would make a film. So this was going to be, according to me, my first and my last film. So जो भी हुआ मेरे life में, and whatever I wanted to share, I have put it in Boong, and I thought there was bye-bye after that. Yeah.
आपके साथ जो बैठे हुए हैं अभी वो आई थिंक गुगुन व्हाट 14 years now
13.
13 7th grade
Yes.
7th grade बाय द वे गुगुन के साथ अभी कुछ कनेक्शंस जो हैं वो बाहर निकल आए गुगुन जो है वो जिस स्कूल में पढ़ते हैं वो स्कूल मैं बहुत अच्छे तरीके से जानता हूँ उनके पापा मेरे स्कूल से पढ़े हुए हैं लेकिन जब आप मिली थी एलपी गुगुन को और जो हमने बाहर पोस्टर्स भी देखे हैं ही इज मच यंगर अब तो वो टीनेजर हैं उस टाइम पे आई थिंक ये कुछ 9 या 10 वर्षीय होंगे इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग
So I met Gugun in 2021 when we started casting, and the whole process I started early on my own. Like the film was not greenlit, but I just started looking around, and I had already found a Boong, Juliana, and Raju. But because of COVID, when I met them next, they had become like full-blown uncles and aunties, you know. So then I had to start the whole process again. And I met Gugun the first time, and I knew it was him because he was so cheeky, and he said, please, I can't audition. I don't speak the language. And I just loved him. I just like got hold of his hand, and I said, come on, let's hang. I said, you know how to do Nauri? Nauri is the sling shot, you know. And he said, yeah. And then he did some moves for me, and we just chatted and chatted and chatted, and I was like, it had to be him, because he was fearless.
Tell everyone that story of how you were not present there, but you had an AD who had to visit
Yeah. So-
once a month.
So because of the previous experience, I had an AD in Manipur who used to go to their house every month. From the moment I met them, December 2021, up to the time we were coming to shoot in 2023, Jan, he would go to their house and measure the height. And there was Boong, Raju, and Juliana, because I couldn't go through the heartbreak again. So every month the picture would be sent in the wall in their house. And I was so frightened that, you know, I would not have, you know, these three set of people again. Yeah.
Sujat, I think what I started off this afternoon with कि हम एक बहुत ही इंटीमेट स्पेस में बैठे हुए हैं एंड आई थिंक फिल्में जो हैं वो बहुत पर्सनल होती हैं यूजुअली एंड आई एम मेकिंग अ कन्फेशन हियर मैं यहाँ पे बहुत फिल्में देख चुका हूँ और मैं यूजुअली आया हूँ ब्लॉकबस्टर्स के लिए क्योंकि आई एम हियर ट्राइंग टू लिव इन सस्पेंडेड बिलीफ लेकिन फॉर यू ऐसा क्या था जिसके वजह से एंड आपने भी फिल्में बनाई हैं आपने ये फिल्म प्रोड्यूस की है there must have been something jahan you were like a moth to a butterfly where you were just attracted to the story and you said कि नहीं मैं बनाऊंगा
Yeah, it's been quite a long journey, and सबसे पहले the attraction definitely was Lakshmi. We've been collaborative for the last 2 decades or so. All of us are all great friends, and we've worked on so many projects and films and ad films together. And when Lakshmi came with the script and she narrated, now I can only talk about my personal, belief and my personal attraction to the script. I had not read anything like this, which was lensed completely differently, you know, in terms of the perspective of the character. What happens is, as adults, as we start, you know, from childhood, we start growing up and we start getting conditioned a lot. Societal conditioning and environmental conditioning. Somewhere we leave our childhood behind. And what the thing that attracted me the most about this script was the fearlessness of it, which was encapsulated by the character of Boong, right? And children have no fear, and they do not break in terms of moving ahead what is in their heart with hope. So that is something, because we usually tend to see children from a very adult perspective. The lensing was amazing because I always believed that LP is Boong and Boong is LP. You know, there is a lot of Boong in her and there's a lot of LP in Boong. And I have seen her over the last 20 years, the kind of work she has done and the kind of effort that she has put in every project. The ownership that she's had with each and every film that she has worked on has been relentless. And that was, for me, really, really attractive because we do not tell these kind of stories. We do not see these kind of stories. It's a very adult perspective. I think Boong is a film for adults told from the lens of a child. I think it takes us back. I think that is where the connect is. That's where the resonance is. In fact, her conversion from paper to screen was tremendous. I mean, it was always an amazingly beautiful film. But when I saw it on screen, when she did her first cut and when we saw the film, it just completely enthralled me because that translation, the filmmaker's point of view that she had brought in, with the silences and with the quirkiness of it and the madness of it, right? Which very much is LP and it is her story, as she said. So that was my first attraction towards the film and then the craft of what she's brought to the story.
शुजात हमारी बातचीत हो रही थी अभी एंड वी वर जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ द वर्ल्ड इज नाउ श्रंक. दुनिया छोटी हो चुकी है क्योंकि स्पेन में जो चीज़ें बन रही है अब हम वो देख रहे हैं, जर्मनी के शोज जो हैं वो हम देख रहे हैं. डू यू थिंक द टाइमिंग वाज राइट? डू यू थिंक दिस इज द परफेक्ट टाइम फॉर अ फिल्म लाइक बूम टू रीच द ऑडियंसेस, मे बी नॉट 10 years back?
Yeah, definitely. I think we are standing on the shoulders. This is, I mean, in terms of a analogy, it is like the Thai handi, right? I mean, we keep on building pyramids, we keep on standing on each other's shoulders and supporting each other. I think there's always a great time to tell a good story. There has never been a bad time. But in terms of the shrinking of the world, say post-COVID, I mean, the fact that we are sitting here today and we are at the Bafta and we have won the Bafta itself is something to rejoice and celebrate, right? We are here. We've done it. 10 years ago, it was difficult, right? I mean, there have been like Shaunak Sen's All That Breathes and Payal Kapadia's film and Sabar Bonda and Humans in the Loop. So there is today we are even at least talking about all these films. They're getting made. They're being backed, right, by mainstream producers. Whether it is Dharma, there's Nikhil Advani, Vikramaditya Motwani, Farhan and Ritesh, who have been champions, right, of good stories forever. So it is, yeah, baby steps. I'm not saying that today we are a Dhurandhar. Of course not, right? But there is a lot of space. There's a lot of stories to be told in India. And I think we are redefining that space and giving it some shape and form now. And I think BAFTA provides that impetus to filmmakers more than anything else, right? And LP's had a long career. And this is, as she said, her first film, which she has directed. And I think that is the encouragement that, filmmakers require. I'm jealous. When I saw Boone, I was like, wow, why didn't I, ever, make a film like this? And it is inspiring. I think that is the key word. It is inspiring to tell these stories.
एंड जो बीच में बैठे हुए हैं अब एलपी की और शुजात की बातें सुन रहे हैं, देखिए ज़िंदगी की सच्चाई पता क्या होती है कि आप आए हैं, आपकी फिल्म की स्क्रीनिंग हो रही है, इतने सारे जर्नलिस्ट जो हैं वो शायद आपसे सवाल पूछेंगे, बट देन द ट्रूथ इज टुमारो यू हैव एन एग्जाम टू गिव. दैट इज द ट्रूथ ऑफ गुगुन्स लाइफ. गुगुन, एम आई राइट? यू हैव एन एग्जाम टुमारो?
Pretty much.
गुगुन, अभी एलपी की जो हमने बातें सुनी, you've pretty much worked on this film for a really long time, right? Like, imagine, this is like holiday homework. You have to keep calling her or get on conversations with her. ये करना है, वो करना है. Now when the film is again, like it's reaching our audiences, how do you look back at those last 5 years?
It was both hard and adventurous. All I want to give credit is to our director because she has chosen me and believed me. So I'm nobody. I'm nobody compared to her. So
I know he's not murmuring dialogues.
He's getting there. He's getting there. Listen, did you rehearse how to like act, or did you learn acting, or is it something just that came very naturally to you?
I mean, acting it just came out of my heart. But the fact that the dialogue was in Manipuri Meiteilon, so I didn't know Meiteilon that frequently, so I had to learn a new language for it. Acting was not difficult, but the dialogue was difficult.
Yeah.
Wow, acting was not difficult. Listen, अब 5 साल जब आप एक फिल्म पे काम कर रहे हैं, and LP being LP, हम जानते हैं कि she can be strict, right?
Very much.
At any point, was there ever a moment where you said, नहीं करना है, अब नहीं हो रहा है मुझसे, like it's getting too much, I don't know how to do this?
So basically,
When you learned.
the script was very long. There was like 50, 60 pages of like script. I had to learn all of it, new language. So during the beginning of the movie, it was pretty fun and I enjoyed it. But later, the shooting, I was like so tired. I had enough of it. So I didn't want to go, but I had to go.
Listen,
I want to add.
yes, yes, please.
So, the move that he does in the film, he and couple of like the girl options, they were made to go and learn this martial arts called Thangta. Okay, and this was before the shoot. That's when he had given up actually. He he found it very difficult and was very reluctant to attend the class. And I told him, I said, Gugun, what did I tell you about the school? You want to tell or should I? I said, when you're going for when you're representing your school, then each and every student has to be good. So all of you have to be good. Like in a film, everybody has to be good. Because otherwise the whole film goes down. So whether it's him or the little girl, this exercise is part of the process to make to elevate the film. So I told him, do you want to come first only for yourself or you want the whole school to do well? So he said, I want the whole school to do well. And then he started the class. But actually that's when he had given up. He said, I don't want to do this film. Yeah.
Listen, it's here and you all watched it. मैंने तो जितने पूछने थे सवाल मैंने पूछ लिए. मेरे पास बहुत सवाल हैं. It's not about me, it's about you. So we'll pass on the microphone. Just keep your questions concise. Let's keep it warm. Let's keep it the way it's been going. And just raise your hands and I will come to you. So yes.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
Have dim the lights because I really want to see the people I'm talking to.
Right. थोड़ा सा light को dim कर देते हैं.
आई एम रेखा खान हियर फ्रॉम नवभारत टाइम्स. सबसे पहले मैं आपको बहुत ही कंग्रेचुलेट करना चाहती हूँ और मैं बहुत प्राउड फील कर रही हूँ क्योंकि मैं समझती हूँ कि आप हमारा एक हिस्सा हैं जो कि पूरे एक ग्लोबली आपने हमें एक रिप्रेजेंट किया है. लेकिन आपके लिए मैम चैलेंजेस क्या थे? क्योंकि हम हमेशा सुनते हैं कि फ़ीमेल डायरेक्टर्स जो होती हैं या फीमेल प्रोड्यूसर जो होती हैं उनके लिए बहुत अलग तरह का चैलेंज होता है. आपका एक्सपीरियंस क्या था बूंग के टाइम? जी.
Firstly, thank you, Rekha ji. I'll speak in English.
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
don't
yeah,
mind,
ma'am.
na?
Yeah.
I
Sure,
want to
ma'am.
tell you that whatever you spoke, after a long time, I heard such good Hindi, like the Delhi Hindi.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
You know, to answer your question, firstly, I really don't like to be put in that box of a female director.
Okay.
Because I think there are too many boxes like I've been fit into, Northeastern, from then female, then, it becomes too many things. I've never looked at myself like that. Also, particularly having come from Manipur, where the women are really strong. So you actually feel really bad for the men there, okay? Yeah. And the challenge was nothing to do with the situations or nothing to do with the filming. The challenge was only to do with myself, whether I can direct this or not. Because I had already been on sets of very big films. So this was like a really small film compared to that. So all that process, I could have done it in my sleep. So it was like whether I can really realize what I have written, and put it out there. So everybody else was good in their job. My cinematographer, my producers knew what they were doing, editor, XYZ, but only I didn't know. So it was it was like trying to convince myself and pep myself up that you can do it. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. And Gugun, I want to ask, what was your first reactions when you heard about the big recognition, Bafta? Yeah.
So, first of all, I want to say that I was pretty upset that they didn't call me. Because I would love to go there. So I was shocked at how good our film got. Even first, I was like shocked that we got selected like with international movies like Zootropolis, Nilo and Arco. I feel that it was like all a dream.
No, and also tell them about what Zitropolis, how long you've been watching, whatever you're telling me outside.
During the selection, there was a movie called Zootropolis 2. So it was my favorite childhood movie. I've been watching it like 2015 or 16, and uh, when I saw the name Boong with Zootropolis, I was like, what?
And what was your last question? What was your school friend's reaction? Any of your girlfriend is there?
Boom,
His
love
mother is here.
Juliana.
Okay.
No, yeah. About girlfriend, you can talk to Raju.
All right, Rekha ji, thank you.
Sorry, we are very
Yes.
jungly.
Sayyadan from filmfestivals.com, which is an international website covering film festivals and film releases all over the world. I have several questions, but they're very brief, so I hope you will answer them. Firstly, there is a triangle, which means that something has been cut. Could you tell us what was the portion that the censors found unsuitable?
What triangle?
On the censor certificate, there is a triangle which indicates that they have imposed certain cuts.
Were
on
there
your
any
film.
edits that you had to make?
Yeah, very minor. Not edit. It was just in subtitle. Some words.
Just a few words.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
The second thing is, does Manipuri have a script as such? Because just below Boong, we see something written there, which I feel is in a different language.
Yeah, so we earlier had, it's a long history, but just to keep it short, we were following the Bengali script. And then we have now resorted back to our ancient script, Meitei Mayek. That's what you see in the under the Boong in English.
Okay. A lot of the administration in the Northeast for the last 60, 70 years has been done with Bengali as a medium, and a lot of the officers there also come from the Bengal cadre. So besides the alienation with Marwadis and people from other regions, is there also a resistance against the Bengali presence there?
I don't think so. I mean, I can't be I'm not an expert on this. It's like I said about the Bengali script. It's about just reclaiming what you were, originally. Hence, that's why the change in the script. But it's very ironical. I'll give you a very interesting fact that in the Manipur newspaper, there will be the Bengali. The same news will be in Bengali, and the other side will be with the Meitei Mayek, and all the children born after, I think, 2000 will know the Meitei Mayek, and all the people born before 2000 will know the Bengali script. So, I mean, I don't want to go into it. If you Google and sing, you'll get all the info. Yeah.
And this slingshot
So-
thing, is this common? Is this a very common thing, the slingshot?
Yes, all the kids use slingshot, but what I wanted to adapt in the film, like I said, I thought it was going to be my first and last film, right? So what I wanted to adapt was, I wanted to pay tribute to little things. So I adapted that it's a sangai.
It's called sangai.
Sangai is a bow antler a deer, which is found only in Manipur, and is our state animal. And it's near extinct. It's almost going extinct. So that was what that sign mean.
Okay, last about Vikram Kochar, the only non-Manipuri actor except for the boy. You've cast only one person from the Mumbai film industry. So how did you zero in on Vikram Kochar?
I wanted somebody who, firstly, would somehow be able to look like Raju, which was quite difficult because it took a really long time for me to find Raju. So I cast, I had worked with Vikram. I worked with Vikram very briefly when I went to do one schedule of Donkey. And, you know, and because we cast Raju quite late, my process, like I had a couple of other people I had approached, but we didn't know whether he was going to look like Raju's father or no. And then it just happened that once Raju was locked, then Vikram was on. Yeah. And I love your questions.
Hi, this
Also,
is
just
Sana
one
from
small
India
thing.
Today.
We've gotten through 2 questions, but if we can just stick to maybe like 1 or 2 questions, because if everyone has 4, 5 questions, we'll be here forever, right? Yes,
Just
Sana?
right on my time,
okay.
yeah.
Right, Sana.
But hi,
So sorry.
hi, Lakshmi, Sana here from India Today. Firstly, I wanted to ask you, keep mentioning that you always thought that this is going to be your first and last film. Given the love and acclamation that Boong has been receiving, have you changed plans? Is a second film on the cards now?
Not really. I have not changed any plan yet. Like Boong was also like accident, happy accident, right? So that same way, if some story comes to me, which I feel really strongly enough to go and stand on the set in the hot sun, then I will make a film. But if the story does not come, I think I'm very happy to do first AD, pick up first AD job, like scheduling. And in fact, it's so weird. Even after Bafta, when the nominations came out, also people are wishing me. I was like, listen, do you have a first AD job? Really.
Also, Lakshmi, we need to ask you, apart from all the love that came your way, there was also this conversation on social media about how BAFTA removed your speech and then re-uploaded it with a disclaimer. Please open up about it. What did you think about it? And was that fair? And did you have a word with the BAFTA team?
No, because we already knew what was happening there, right? I was in London for very long after the event got done, me and Alan. And there was an incident that happened, you know, about I don't know how to pronounce it, Tourette, right? Tourette syndrome, the gentleman, you know, whose life I Swear is based on. So it was not just for Boong. They did it for other films also, and those films videos were also you know, taken off and put back the same time. So I didn't feel anything. They were doing whatever they could to, you know, fix that situation that they were in. And for me, it was like we were in BAFTA, man. I have like it was unbelievable. So I didn't want to spoil that joy that we were feeling by, you know, like a lot of people messaged, you know, this, that. I was like, I just block. I'm very good at blocking. So I just blocked it out and I just looked at the masks. And every time I touched the mask and asked Alan, do you think this is gold or what?
But Lakshmi,
You know, low budget director, you're thinking if it's gold, you know what I mean.
But Lakshmi, of course, your speech was also touted to have a own political statement. How important is it for a filmmaker today to have their own politics and tell the stories that they want to say?
I don't know about political voice. I think it's just important for a filmmaker to have a voice, whatever that voice is, political, cultural, XYZ, however it's perceived, you know. And I would like to answer this question because a lot of times it's perceived that political means something to do with elections, government, voting, you're going to vote, not vote. No, politics is like what we learned in civics. I don't know if you remember, I'm from the Zamana, 1,000 years ago, when we had a subject called civics, where politics is dynamics even within a family, like how your parents treat your, like, I mean, like how, suppose for a girl, the difference between treatment between the sister and the brother, you know. So I don't think it's just to do with elections or government. I think it just become like that. I don't know, out of, I don't know what. But yeah, I think it's important for a filmmaker to have a voice because then what's the point of making it? Yes.
All right.
Correct.
We're going
Yeah.
to that corner.
Sir, आपके left. Yeah. Yes. अमित फ्रॉम दैनिक भास्कर। सर मतलब जैसे कांस फिल्म फेस्टिवल में या फिर ऑस्कर में होता है कि आपको मतलब सैकड़ों और हज़ारों ज्यूरी के पास पहुंचना होता है और खासकर ऑस्कर के लिए तो काफ़ी ज़्यादा मतलब वो करना होता है, लॉबिंग करनी होती है और वहाँ तक पहुँचना होता है। बाफ्टा के लिए वो एक्सरसाइज क्या रही थी आप लोगों के लिए, मतलब क्या कुछ करना पड़ता है यहाँ टेक्निकली सो दैट आपकी फिल्म मतलब ज्यूरी के बीच में मतलब एक बज़ क्रिएट हो सके, पता चल सके कि क्या है फिल्म में?
यार कुछ नहीं. हमने film भेज दी, select हो गई, लक्ष्मी पहुंच गई उधर.
Yeah.
As
Can
an
I-
ambassador, because
Can I answer?
yeah, there's not much of in sense of
Concept.
lobbying,
Okay.
as such. Also, Boong had premiered at TIFF, and then it went through an entire festival round where it won many accolades, many awards, a lot of love. So on the back of that, we thought, why not end this journey by sending the film to Bafta, and let's see what happens, and it happened. So yeah, it'll be-
Yeah, this was a juried category. So we actually, we did not have the aukat to send for anything where people are going to vote because that's a campaign. And like, I am very clear. It's like chapod on my head, low budget director, We don't have money. Even when I walked into the room and I saw this, I looked at Spice and the Excel team and I was like, how much is this? How much have you guys spent on this? And so, and I want to come back to your question, Sana. That's why, because with great difficulty, you get to make a film, get money. It's like a challenge. And having worked in very big productions, but now having done an very indie regional and cinema, like a film like nobody's even heard of Manipur, forget Manipuri, So it was a huge challenge, and I know if I have to do again, it'll be again a huge challenge. So I will not make a film, or I don't think neither should anyone, if they have nothing to say and they don't have a voice. It's like waste, no, of an opportunity.
लक्ष्मी मैम एक सवाल और था बस आपसे. अमित here again, yeah,
On the
towards your left.
LP?
Yes, Amit here, towards your left. Yes. तो मैम जैसे आपने कहा भी कि अगर आपके पास कुछ कहने के लिए नहीं है तो फिल्म बनाना कोई वो मतलब उसके मायने नहीं है, लेकिन आप जहाँ से आती हैं मणिपुर से और मतलब वहाँ काफ़ी कुछ है कहने को, खासकर पिछले 1-2 सालों में 3 सालों में जो कुछ वहाँ हुआ है उस रीजन में, क्या वो एज अ सब्जेक्ट आप कभी मतलब उस पर प्लान करेंगे कि फिल्म बनानी है?
So Amit, Boong, na, it's, I think, some things which I've experienced since I had an understanding, when, like, as a child, maybe like 7, 8 years, and it's been brewing up for so long. So I think what has happened in Manipur is still very close to me. I need distance. And I think it's a defense mechanism also for me, that as I'm growing older, I'm retreating back into the womb and I'm thinking of ways to protect myself, and humor is one of them. So I need to be able to look at that lens objectively, which I can't right now. Yeah, maybe in future, who knows?
So please, no. I'm trying to get the mic to you. No, but people are recording so that it's audible.
No, because we just went for the award function, so we did not meet, I did meet the head of the jury, though, so it was really lovely meeting him, but everyone seemed kind of, I think when they watched the film, they must have Googled. So this pretty much was quite, they were able to talk about, okay, so there's a place, Manipur, this happening, and etc., etc.
I think,
No.
I think this is the same thing, right? We are curious about Korean cinema, about Spanish cinema. So I think that curiosity in terms of, film as a grammar is existing.
Nobody asked.
I don't think those things matter. I think it is purely on merit of the film, right? Especially Bafta, as I said. We entered the film, it got selected, it got nominated, we landed up there and we won the award. The journey was pretty simplistic in that sense, of course, overwhelming in terms of the award.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, LP. Bira here from NDTV. My question is, yes, Boong has won BAFTA. We are very proud of it. I've just watched the film, loved it. But how important is it to get an international award, but at the same time, not yet getting recognized in India, but how important will that be to get a national award?
Oh my God, we're not even thinking like awards and all this. Yeah, it's like this happened by fluke. Boong has been a series of unplanned happy accidents. So it's like we have this thing called shaman in Manipur, where you get possessed, right? And the priest starts, something starts taking over you. So like that, the film got possessed, I think. Okay, started having his own journey. We never had anything planned. Yeah, so
And also, how important is it to have a Excel Entertainment be a part of Boom? Because whenever such films releases, it might just release somewhere and then die, and we will never come to know about the film. But having a Excel Entertainment back a film like this, what opens up for a filmmaker like you?
Boom would have never got released hadn't Excel been there. The fact that it was there on September 2025, we're able to release it again tomorrow, wouldn't have been possible without Excel.
And I mean, just to add to that, and we are seeing this change, right? I just mentioned the spaces shrinking. The fact that you all are sitting here, we are sitting here, right? I mean, it's a good, happy thing, right? We are, celebrating this. 10 years ago, we were not, right? And there's so many, whether it's Dharma, as I said, there's so many mainstream production houses who are backing this kind of cinema. And there is a space, and there is a business and commercial angle also to it, to which we need to start exploring. And it's great in that sense of it.
Yeah, hello. Yeah. Hi, this is Rajiv Vijayakar here, Lakshmi ji. We met outside. As I told you, I was on the jury in the Oscars, and there were some 22 films, out of which I personally found only 6 or 7 good, and this was definitely among them. But you said that this film is about everything you have seen in your life, and you said something like that. So could you please elaborate on that, what you meant by that? Is this story close to somebody you know, or it's happened to you?
Yeah, I think I've said it like in almost every interview that first happened in 2024, that it's loosely inspired by my grandfather, who used to yearn for his father, who was in exile in Myanmar, and like his my great grandfather had become like a mythical figure, and everybody in the house would be talking about him, and everybody had their own takes, or relatives used to wonder what happened. And when you're a child, a lot of adults talk in front of you, thinking that you don't understand. But I think I was so fascinated by it. I was really fascinated by what happened to him, and Boong is kind of symbolic of all the people who were left behind.
Okay, and why didn't we see Juliana and Raju here? Because we would have loved to have them here.
No, because this got organized, I think, afternoon, yesterday? And they are in Manipur. There's no flight that comes out, like that, to land in time for the press conference. Yeah.
Right.
Hi,
there's a question
Lakshmipriya.
coming in.
Mohua here from the Times of India. Well, your win has brought the spotlight on Best Children's Family Films. Boong could have been a non-children film as well, but why do children movies remain such a rare and unexplored space in India compared to other countries?
I don't know. You have to ask the people who are making the films, they choose the story, and the story defines the genre.
There's a... There? Sir, we're trying to get the mic. आ जाएगा, आपके पास भी आएगा, don't worry.
Hello, I
I'm
have
not
a
going to miss out a
question.
question.
I
Yes.
have a question. I'm Lakshmi from First Post. So I have a question for you. People have different way of dealing with grief, and that's exactly what Boong shows. But the question is, the movie ends that they can begin from another one. Are you planning for a second part of it, that how life goes on for Boong and her mother?
No, I'm not planning anything yet.
Why so? Because the
Though
movie has
everywhere, especially in children's film festival, like I was shocked in Sweden. In Europe, the age limit is 7 years and above. So such cute, small kids at the screening, they were literally jumping on me saying, "When is Boong Part 2?" And they wanted to know if Boong and Juliana were going to see each other in the sequel. You know? Huh? Yes?
Can I just ask a
Guys, so we have 5 more minutes. Yes, we're coming to you, ma'am, and then we.
question from Scroll? Yeah, hi. Look, it's a beautiful film. I was really amazed at what you've done with the ideas of borders and boundaries, because there's a lot of that going on in the film. Could you elaborate a little bit on how you found a way to write these complex themes into your film in terms of scenes, through humor, you know, the idea of crossing borders and boundaries, of gender, of countries, of communities?
Nandini, I don't know how I did it. It just came like almost like fluidly, because a lot of these things I had experienced. I had crossed the border like how Boong and Raju did, not just physically, but also, see, the distance is at least this much. But the difference is so huge. So whatever I went through, I just put in this. Discriminations, whether it's to do with the transgender community in Manipur, who I absolutely look up to. It's like none other like them in the rest of India. They are so empowering, not for just their own community, but for even the rest of Manipur. So all these things, you know, I wrote it like a diary. So I think the scenes were already part of there was no like a one-liner. It was just my experiences pouring out. Yeah, so that I think made it easy, thank God, because at least I had some reference. Otherwise, it's my first time. So I would have never been able to write like this hadn't I had a reference from my own life.
Hi, Lakshmi. Can I go first?
आप ही के पास आ रहा है इसके बाद. Yes, Arvi, go ahead.
Hi, Lakshmi here. Renuka from Bombay Times, here.
Next to where you were sitting.
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, I would like to ask you, your speech was so heartfelt at Bafta, where you spoke about Manipur being ignored by the country, by the rest of the country. As a filmmaker, how does it feel? How does that shape into filmmaking when you come from a part of a country which feels largely unseen or unheard? How does that translate into a story so beautifully told? And secondly, with the world that we are living in, with the way children are going through in war-torn places, the film is through the lens of a child. So take us a big through of your storytelling and how your real life experiences coming from Manipur shaped your story.
See, the story was already Manipuri. So the writing process, I mean, it was set in Manipur. It was my experiences. So I didn't have to do anything to prop it up as a Manipuri identity, but definitely in the interpretation, like of, for example, the scene of the dance at Yaosheng, which is our Holi, is very different now. It is like a discotheque. And the music is very jing-chang, you know. It's completely different from what you see in the film. But I wanted to bring back the Manipur of my childhood, and which was very culturally rooted in the music, in the clothes, and not a lot of influences, I think, maybe also because we have a Hindi film ban, you know, but you get obsessed with something you're banned, nah? So the music is also becoming slightly more Bollywoodized, the clothes, every, you know. So I wanted to retain that, put that stamp of Manipuri identity through the execution.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
Over here, ma'am. Mayur here from Beyond Bollywood. Firstly, thank you so much
I love the thing, Beyond Bollywood.
Thank you so much. Firstly, thank you so much for this beautiful experience. I think I'm going to carry with this me for a long time. I mean, I was just thinking that Manipur, like Mary Kom, Sweetie Devi, now Lakshmipriya Devi. I think we have so many Devis to celebrate, many more Devis to celebrate in Manipur. I just have two small questions. Firstly, it said that every Indian has a name. So if you could just tell me, like, Boom, it has any name? And second thing is, for a film which is good enough to win a BAFTA, like, does that thought come to your mind that if it was good enough to win a BAFTA, then should it have been considered to represent India at the Oscars?
Okay, so I'll answer the number 2 question. Not at all. A much, much deserving homebound was India's nomination. Okay. The first question, what was the first question?
Boong, the meaning of Boong.
Boong means a little boy. And is there in the subtitle also that it means a little boy?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, who's not little anymore?
Little is more than little now.
There was a question which Sujat answered, but I want to answer that.
We do have another film starting in this theater. Right?
And
no, I want...
1 minute, hello, it's to do with budget, right?
Please, but do answer.
No, I wanted to say that this is not the first Northeastern movie. And FYI, everyone in Northeastern hates being called Northeastern. Okay? They think it's an insult. So this is not the first Manipuri or Assamese film or any film from the region which has gone to to big festivals. And I think it's the timing of the two pandemic. One is COVID, and the other one is social media. Okay, which helped Boong. Like films like Boong helped Rima's films. I mean now. It's all these films were very much there before. Imagining Them, My Son, My Precious, by Arivam Sham Sharma, which went for Toronto. Ishano, again by Arivam Sham Sharma, which went for Cannes, and is again restored as a Cannes classic. So all these films were, Boong can't win, it's not even a patch on them. And also, this is a small trivia, both are written by my aunt, who I was a big fan of. And she told me, you never do anything for Manipur. You never do. And it was like, she made me guilty every time I went home. So I wish she was alive and I could have shared. She would have been very happy that something I did. Yeah.
Right. Thank you for, brother, we're really out of time. And I would really like to thank everyone for the thoughtful questions. Lakshmi, Gugun, Sujat, thank you so much for your time. Wait. There's always a picture.
No, but we should do like this.
And we have to make sure that we'll take the mics.
Yeah. You have your mic on? All right.
Yeah.
ये हर जगह होते हैं. Just take one step back.
Everyone for coming at such a short notice and for supporting Boong. It makes a huge difference. And I want you to know that. Yeah.
Thank you.
मनोज फोटो जाए तो बता देना मोबाइल नीचे करो मैडम क्या बात है मनोज या मनोज भाई थोड़ा सा नीचे बढ़ जाओ ना हुआ नहीं अपना नहीं कैमरा एक्सक्यूज मी एक्सक्यूज मी एक्सक्यूज मी एक्सक्यूज मी मैम मैम मैम
मैडम बैठ जाओ ना आप। ओ मैडम अरे एक्सक्यूज मी क्या ही बोलने आया। अरे सुनाई नहीं पड़ रहा कान में। अरे अभिषेक बोल ना भाई यार। अरे कान में क्या है? क्या मालूम क्या है? हैं? जा रहा बुंगा के साथ फोटो निकालेगा।
सर ऊपर देखिए ना यहाँ पे।
हाँ
मैम 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 बैठो ना नीचे। थैंक यू।